Ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha. It's E3 time again, and today's EA conference was everything that we all imagined it would be. A great deal of extremely forced industry hype coupled with EA's attempt to seem relatable through the use of Twitch streamers and YouTubers, along with buzzwords like iconic and game changers. But I thought that, as right along with everyone else under the sun, I would offer up my own impressions and provide a brief overview without all of the sycophantic hype. Of course, there was a great deal of EA Sports and Madden, FIFA, and NBA. In addition, there was another Fast and the Furious game. All of those I'm not even going to bother covering because I'm frankly not the least bit interested. Needless to say, EA has fallen into the massive overuse and misuse of several buzzwords like iconic, taking a page out of Ubisoft's playbook, which nearly threw me into a fit of rage. Still, there were a few interesting takeaways from the EA conference, and I thought we could go over them here, in a nice, quiet area where things can be given some adequate thought. As always, EA announced the main indie title they're publishing, and this year it is a game that goes by the name A Way Out. This game is being developed by the creators of Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, and it is a narrative-driven split-screen co-op, and to be honest, I'm extremely interested in this game. It looks very, very intriguing. It seems to be well voice-acted with decent game mechanics and easily the second most interesting thing to happen during the EA conference. One might even call it iconic. Sorry, I hate that word now. I really do. The other big reveal was more of a teaser reveal, which was done by BioWare. I'm sure many of you remember the new IP BioWare Edmonton has been working on that was codenamed Project Dylan. That project was revealed in an extremely short and content-light piece of cutscene footage revealing the new game Anthem, along with an announcement that there would be more information during the Microsoft conference. The extremely short clip showed a dystopian future with some form of humanoid power armor of a sort. Unfortunately, it seems we will have to wait for the Microsoft conference in order to learn anything of any real value there. And of course, the big one that everyone was expecting, Star Wars Battlefront EA 2. EA, of course, made a very big deal about their supposed listening to their customers, while seemingly making absolutely zero changes outside of including a single-player campaign mode. It seems a great deal of content creators seem to be taking that line hook, line, and sinker, as it were. This brought back a great deal of memories from the first game, and from the multiplayer that I saw, it seems that EA and DICE most certainly did not learn their lesson at all. The core mechanics and the multiplayer component of the game are still exceptionally boring and dull to watch, and I think it's safe to make the assumption that actually playing it will not be all that interesting either. One of the core issues with the game that seems to be translated over directly in Battlefront 2 is the lack of team gameplay. Oh, you can play multiplayer, and there are a great many other people playing the game as well, but I saw no indication of team cohesion or communication going on whatsoever. This very much forces the player into a direct feeling of isolation, which, within a multiplayer game, is highly detrimental and one of the largest reasons why the player base for Star Wars Battlefront EA 1 evaporated nearly overnight. In addition to that, we got to see how massively overpowered the hero characters within the game are. I found myself watching with near total ambivalence as Darth Maul cut a swath through an enemy squad of players in mere moments, and I found myself thinking, how is this fun for anyone? I'm sure that the person playing Darth Maul is having a blast, but for everyone else, it is infuriating and frustrating in the extreme, and this was yet one more aspect of the first game that severely detracted and took away from the experience. It would seem to me that with hero characters, it would be much more entertaining for everyone if they all got to play hero characters and battled against enemy heroes, who are all backed up by AI troopers. This would put the actual player onto a perceived even footing with their opponent, allowing them a wide range of interesting powers and abilities, and also enable that idea of the power fantasy. Couple a way for teams to communicate and, more importantly, coordinate, and you would have a vastly different and ultimately far more enjoyable game. It seems what we're getting here is simply Battlefront EA 1 with additional maps, a slightly larger emphasis on the class types, and a tacked-on single-player campaign with slightly prettier lights and explosions. I was definitely not encouraged by what was presented, but when it comes out, I will of course review it for all of you so you know what to expect before investing the vast amount of money that EA is no doubt expecting to squeeze out of this franchise. This is very much one of those situations where a pretty game or a good-looking game does not a good game make. A lot of people seem to be getting caught up in the hype of how incredible it looks, because it is a gorgeous game. I will not deny that. It is absolutely fantastically beautiful. But polish a turd, as they say. Well, let me know what you think about the EA conference and the games shown. Was there an aspect of the conference that I didn't talk about, or would you like me to spend more time going through a more in-depth analysis? Let me know down in the comments below, and while you're at it, don't forget to like and share, and if you're new to the channel, please remember to subscribe to stay up to date on gaming news and reviews. If you would like to avail yourself of my Patreon, Steam Curator page, or social media, links to those are in the description down below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and I'll see you next time.